People that don't know me well, I trained to be a therapist. I had tons of trauma. I did a year of somatic experiencing training, and then I decided not to practice in the field, but to help people who are coming off meds who've been hurt by the field, trauma therapy included. So I've picked up lots of things along the way. I've also been diagnosed with PTSD myself. I don't like the D because I feel like it's a normal reaction to a horrific situation. The only people that call it D is when you don't fit into capitalism after you have an injury like that to your nervous system. Anyway, so I've learned how to work with my own stuff throughout the years, picking up little things here and there that have helped me become functional again and work again and live my best life. So here are some of those things.
So basically, I had a hard time. It's mostly the feeling in my body. It is not the actual heights or the experience or being alone in the wilderness. It's the feeling in my body when I do these things. So I start a series of exposures just very slowly. You know, I've built up to this over many years, actually. And I scare myself sometimes and I say, oh my gosh, it's too high. I can't do this. I used to use a safe person or my service dog. Now I do it on my own. And I just keep tiptoeing forward, closer and closer. Sometimes I scare myself. Sometimes it takes the wind right out of you.
Conversation with myself. You're fine. You're safe. Go back. Take a deep breath. You're fine. You're safe. It's beautiful. Just take a deep breath. It's okay. There's just a feeling in your brain you don't like. It doesn't mean anything. Slow down. Oh gosh, it's hard. It's so hard. Closer. Closer than I've ever been. You're fine. You're safe. It's fine. You're safe. It's beautiful. Oh my God. Almost, that's the hardest I've ever done. Woo! Okay, let's try this one again. Hold on. God, it's so hard. It's like my brain does not like to be afraid at all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I just pause, take a couple deep breaths, send messages of safety, and continue.
It's nature. It's holding you. You're fine. You're safe. Send messages of safety to the body. Loosen your tongue, your shoulders, your neck, your back. Ragdoll. You're fine. You're safe. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm better. Let me see. Oh my God. Okay, that's enough. That's far enough. Okay. Thank you, body. This is why national parks are great places for healing, because the road is pretty scary in some of the spots. And again, it's not the road. It's not the cliffs. It's the feeling in my body that I don't like, right? So I'm going to try to avoid that as much as possible. So there's something in trauma therapy called window of tolerance, where I can tolerate this much. But for me to like be able to do a little bit more with my life, I have to like broaden that window of tolerance. However, you don't want to go over your threshold, completely go into a panic attack and freak out. So what I'm doing there is like going to my window and just taking a little bit of steps, send messages of safety, push it a little bit further, messages of safety, messages of relaxation and calm everything down, slow my brain down. And really, it's just a feeling in my body that I don't like. It is not the heights. So it's working with that feeling and trying to push it a little bit and heal it and tell my body I'm safe and end on successes. That is what I'm doing with neuroplasticity, exposure, whatever you want to call it. I hate calling it therapy. I hate calling it some kind of anxiety disorder. No, I'm working with the feelings in my body. There's no need to pathologize it or anything. Okay, I've been through tons of trauma and I'm working with it. And I'm trying to live a full life as much as possible. So it's just part of healing or Teaching my body I'm safe in the world. Okay, I'm feeling really confident right now. This is a good spot. Look at this. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. It's so beautiful. At a certain point, this always happens. My brain calms down and it stops freaking out. It's getting the signal that I am fine and I'm pretty close to the edge. That's probably the closest and longest I've ever stood at an overlook this high. This is probably 2,000 feet up. Hard work pays off. Look at that. Oh my god. The last thing I do is I try not to run away like when I'm panicked. So like if I feel any surge, even just a little bit, I wait until I'm calm and then I walk away. Because if you teach your brain when you're panicked, you just walk, you're reinforcing avoidance. So I am letting my brain calm down. Just it came up a little bit, like to maybe 4 out of 10. So I'm gonna wait till it gets back down to like a 2 or a 1. Just a couple deep breaths is like all it takes me now. This is, you know, in the past I could not even drive on a road like that. I could not walk even halfway down this path. So it's taken me a lot of time and practice and on purpose. And just like that canyon cuts the canyon walls using water, I'm cutting a path of healing in my brain. Earth, nature is metaphor.
The goosebumps.
I say holy shit over and over again.
That's what I said.
It's as deep as the Grand Canyon. It's just real narrow.
Oh, yeah?
That's why they call it Black Gap.
Yeah.
Some parts of it only get 30 minutes of sun a day.
Oh wow, that's why it's black.
But this is Grand Canyon's twice as deep as this, yes?
No, this is as deep as the Grand Canyon is what I've read.
Oh, really?
But it's just narrow. It's not as wide as the Grand
It's sure enough
Canyon.
bad.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.